Hello. I'm so glad to be with you today here by video, and I'm thrilled that dredf is giving recognition to disability media, not just the pioneers, but the people who are bringing disability experiences to new and expanded audiences today. The media landscape has changed a great deal since Cass Irvin and I began the Disability Rag back in 1980 in Louisville. We were trying to organize people. We were trying to do consciousness raising, and we had a small group of people that we could never get to meetings because of transportation problems. So we decided to go to them, and we put out a 4-page rag, and we mailed it out to people. We got some local mailing lists. The first article we ran was called Living Like a Refugee, and it was about what it's like to live in a society that doesn't want to have anything to do with you. We didn't know what would happen when we did that, but we were amazed at the response we got. We would get letters saying, "I don't feel alone anymore." We were actually doing social media before there was social media, but we didn't know it. We got the rag into national hands. Cass Irvin did that. She'd mail them out to people, and one of the people that got it was dredf's own Pat Wright. And Pat got it into the hands of somebody at the Wall Street Journal, and they put out a front-page story on what we were trying to do with the rag, and then things really took off. Now, really took off is a funny term because at our height, we had 6,000 paid subscribers, although probably 5 times as many people were actually reading it. And what were they reading? This was when the movement was really forming in the 80s. People would use the rag as a social gathering place. They would test out ideas, write articles. People would debate ideas. We had a lively letters to the editor section. This was all going on when people were organizing and trying to get the ADA passed. And of course the ADA did pass in 1990. The movement really was coming into its own, and the rag was part of all that. I don't know how much we had to do with it and how much it was just the time. But we kept on doing the rag until the early 2000s. We had a website that lasted for a few more years. And then we realized new people were coming on, new ideas were coming on, and we said it was time to say goodbye. Now, I've got to say that when I open the New York Times and I see a story that reminds me of something we could have printed in the rag, a first-person account of the experience of disability, I am just absolutely thrilled. This is exactly what we wanted to see happen, and it is happening now. And the people today who are doing disability media are part of that. You are doing wonderful things with your blog posts, with your Twitter, with your funny, wry little podcasts, and I love the vibe. I think it's great. It's what we always wanted. So my message to you is, carry on. You've got the voice. Carry on. If you want to know more about the Disability Rag, though, you can do what everybody else does today. Go to Wikipedia.